Shalom, shalom. Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waha, Waka, Kodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one only true name is Yahweh Shai. Bahashem, meaning coming in the name. Ba means coming in. Ha means the. Shah means name. Waka means holy. Kodash means spirit. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashiach Razakah from the servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And peace, blessings, salutations to the sincere sisters that's listening in silence, as the scriptures command you to do so. And pretty much this lesson is going to be titled as the Chariots of the Lord. Okay, Chariots of the Lord. Those so-called UFOs, as you call them, are chariots of the Lord. And the Lord Yahweh Shai, he's coming back on the biggest chariot ever seen. Okay, so chariots are in the scriptures. They are in the Bible. And that's what we're going to go into. This is Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. This is Psalms 104:3. It says, layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters. The chambers. You see the chambers. When you look underneath the chariot, you see those chambers there. You see that? The chambers underneath the doors, right? The lights under the doors. Those are the chambers, right? And it says, who maketh his clouds his chariot? When it says clouds there, it's talking about a so-called UFO. You see a cloud or a flying roll or a white horse. What else? Clouds, anything like that. It's talking about a chariot, which they call a so-called UFO, but we know them as IFOs, right? Which are vehicles of the Lord. So that's what those are right there. Those are chariots. Okay. It says, who walketh upon the wings of the wind? Because a chariot, when it flies, you don't hear nothing. Just giving an example, it goes really quick, really fast, really quick. That's a chariot. Okay. So chariots are in the scriptures. Isaiah 26:20, it says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers. You see chambers again. Enter thou into thy chambers. You see that? Those are the chambers there underneath, right? Enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee, and hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation overpass. Because the Lord, he's going to deliver, just give an example, the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be delivered on those chariots, right? They're going to be delivered on those chariots, just giving an example. And they're going to get beamed up before the thermonuclear destruction hits. Just giving an example. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers. This is talking about a chariot. It says, shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. And those are the chariots. Okay, that's this right here, the chariots. You see that? They're going to be beamed up. This is false right here. See how it shows an alien? That's not what those are. All right. It's a chariot, and the ones that's actually driving those chariots are angels, and they come in and out of the earth reporting to the Lord. But Esau and his gimmicks and his lies, he'll have people believe in this. There is no aliens, and they don't look like this. All right, that's all myth. That's all myth. This is Isaiah 60:8. It says, who are these that fly as a cloud? You say, who are these that fly as a cloud? A chariot. It goes super fast. It flies super fast, and it doesn't make any noise. Okay? It says, who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? So that's talking about a chariot, man. That's describing a chariot. How fast it goes, what it does, etc. Look at this. Check this out. Zechariah 5:1. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. A flying roll. You see that? A chariot. That's that flying roll. As you can see, it flies. It goes super quick, right? Different photos here and there. Boom. See? Chariot. Boom. That's a chariot. Chariot. Chariots of the Lord, man. Perfect example there. Chariots. That's that flying roll there. Okay. Acts 1 and 9. And the Messiah, he was beamed up on one of these chariots. This is going into the Messiah right here. Yes, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He was beamed up. The angels came down and beamed him up. This is Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Talking about the Messiah. He was beamed up. A chariot came and got him and beamed him up. 1 Thessalonians 14, or 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17, Salakia. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. Yep. This is talking about the elect. They're going to be beamed up. The Lord is going to just do that special gathering, which is mentioned in the scriptures. He's going to use the angels to gather his elect from the four winds, right? Genesis 49 and, I'm thinking about it, Genesis 49 and 10, right? Until Shiloh come, which is talking about Yahweh Shai, and the gathering of the people shall be, which the Lord is just perfectly paraphrasing. The Lord is going to gather his elect. The elect is going to be beamed up on these chariots. The elect is, yes, they're going to be beamed up on these chariots. All right, the Lord is going to come back with the angels. The Lord is going to beam up, have the elect beamed up. He's going to beam up the elect. He's going to do that gathering because the Israelites are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth in the hands of the 17 heathen nations. So the Lord is going to do that gathering, and he's going to gather his elect, and he's going to beam them up before he does his destruction. And then after the elect is beamed up, the Lord and the angels are going to do that sharp sickle. They're going to do that harvesting, right? As the scriptures mention. Okay? It says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Yep, because this is a future prophecy. The elect is going to rule under the establishment of Yahweh Shai. And it's going to be an everlasting kingdom, a kingdom never to be taken down, because this is the last kingdom, just properly paraphrasing. So those clouds there, getting back to the main point, let's read this again. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, that's the chariots, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. And that's the chariots there. They're going to be beamed up on the chariots. Yes, they're going to be beamed up on these. The elected nation of Israel is going to be beamed up on the chariots. Those are flying vehicles of the Lord, right? Revelation 11 and 12, it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. You see that? You see that? It says, and they ascended up into heaven in a cloud. They were beamed up. The elect is going to be beamed up in a cloud, which is talking about a chariot. The elect is going to be beamed up on these. They were beamed up. It says, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. You see that? Their enemies beheld them. They were beamed up on the chariots. 2 Esdras 13 and 6, it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had driven himself a great mountain and flew upon it. How do you think he did that? A great mountain? How was he able to do that? He used the chariot. He used the chariot to get to the highest mountain. So chariots, so-called UFOs do exist, but they're actually called IFOs, which we call MIFOs, identified flying objects, which are chariots. All right? And they do exist. Chariots are in the scriptures. All right? Those so-called UFOs, you want to call them, they're in the Bible. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had grieved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. How do you think he did that? With a chariot. A chariot. They call them UFOs, but they're actually chariots and vehicles of the Lord, man. Okay? Yes. Brothers have seen them too. Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, this is when the Lord is going to do his judgment, right? This is Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, right? And with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. And how the Lord going to do that? With a chariot. He gonna be that sharp sickle mentioned in Revelation 14. And he's going to come back on these. Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, and the angels are going to return on these. And they're going to tear stuff up too. We can prove that too with, get that Daniel 7 and 9 out. And then we'll wrap it up with that. This is Daniel. Should have got this out earlier. Daniel 7 and 9. This is Daniel 7 and 9. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. Because the Ancient of Days did sit. Because the Heavenly Father is going to send back his only begotten Son to do judgment on the earth. To do judgment to this whore. Okay? Which is America. It says, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool, right? Because the Heavenly Father is a so-called black man, and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, is a so-called black man. The Messiah, who the world eagerly called Jesus Christ, is a so-called black man, right? And it says his throne was like the fury, his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. And that's talking about the chariots there. Those chariots is those burning fires there. Okay, because when the Lord come back, he's going to come back on the biggest chariot ever seen, and he's going to tear stuff up. We can use the example, Independence Day. If anybody seen that, the biggest chariot, that's how the Lord's going to come back. The Lord's going to crack open those skies, right? And he's going to come back with a lot of angels, and they're going to come in like that sharp sickle, doing that harvesting when it's ripe. And the Lord is going to do his judgment, and he's going to use a chariot to do it. And he's going to beam up his elect on these chariots. So, hey, man, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Chariots are in the scriptures. So-called UFOs are in the Bible, but they're known as chariots. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Yahweh Kakodash. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashiach Razakah from the servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And shalom to you, sincere sisters that's listening in silence as the scriptures command you to do so. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. On to the next one. Shalom.